No problem.
Let's share with you. Okay, so last time we yeah, we stopped over here. Yeah, number 6. By perfecting the sublimation of their hearing, its bright light pervades the whole Dharma realm to destroy the darkness of ignorance, thereby dazzling evil beings so that Yaksha, Rasha, uh, Kambanda, Pishaksi, Putana, etc., who cannot see them when meeting them. Hmm. Well, yeah. This name is strange. You recognize these two names? Pishaksi.
Yeah, Pashacha demons. There are Pashacha demons who are also living there because they had done so little that was good in their lives. From the Lotus Sutra, the Pashacha demons, oppressed by the flames, attacked one another, drinking blood and gobbling flesh.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Probably I recognize in Vietnamese word, but in English about Puntana.
I don't know Putana.
Puntana. Oh, okay. Let's see here. Puntana beans. Uh, oh, okay, right here. Hmm. The Putana, a class of spirit described in Buddhist scripture to be an evil or good spirit. Okay. Hmm.
Hmm. I don't really know what Pashacha demons are about. I've just heard the name in the Lotus Sutra.
Okay. Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah. Anyway, uh, so come back here. So as much as they recognize as much as they perfecting the hearing nature, so it will destroy the ignorance of any evil beings, right? But here in Buddhist view, I don't know whether you recognize or not. So in Buddhist view, any beings in any plans have two sides, right? Wholesome and wholesome, right? Evil and goodness, right? Whether in human realm, celestial realm, animal realms, ghost realm, and so forth. So at first, when I was young, whenever I encounter the word of ghost most of the time, right? In common sense, right? We think about, oh, they're evil, right? When talk about the ghost, right?
Yeah, as a kid, yeah.
In common sense. But now
Hmm.
we recognize in Buddhist view, everything has two aspects, two separate coins, good and bad. This is not one way or another, but both way. So even for us, if we don't cultivate well, we may have all kind of evil mind. And look, the war in Israel now, right? The Middle East in Israel,
Yeah.
all the kind killing, and some people they enjoy the killing. They could
Mm.
control themselves, right? Because the hatred toward other people, right?
Hmm.
If we don't develop this type of loving kindness and compassion, we'll be influenced by the news, by the fighting, by the shooting, and so forth, and they take it normal, right?
Mm.
Yeah, that's why we're so blessed to know this kind of uh, teaching. When hearing is reversed, so that the sound vanishes completely, all illusory object of a sense disappears, so that practitioners are free from fetters which can no longer restrain them. So that is the important teaching. So when the hearing is reversed, means that hearing externally, we recognize our own here in nature, and the sound vanishes, the sound, I mean, the external sound vanishes, we recognize a here in nature, and all the illusory object of sense will disappear. That's all, and we free from them. But it's not easy, right? It's not easy for us to recognize, to understand, and to practice this one. It requires tremendous power, tremendous effort to do the work. I mean, to practice. Yeah. And that is why, yeah, most of the time, we refer people to give us the high five, give us the praise and the encouragement, right? But we don't want people to put us down, even orally. It's very tough. Yeah, and if we don't know how to look within ourselves, or to return our hearing. Okay, yeah, please.
Yeah. The elimination of sound to perfect hearing results in universal compassion, so that they can pass through regions infested with robbers and bandits who cannot plunder them. So when we're, if we're freed from these obstructions that are born out of desire, then it seems that the natural state to be present then is compassion. Because having been freed from that, seeing other people not being freed from that, and recalling how it was for us when we were still subject to desire and everything that comes along with it, then it makes sense that there would be this universal compassion that results from that realization. And I think if we're not identified with anything, then there's nothing anybody can steal from us. Too, where even if they were to steal something from someone who had this realization, well, the person with that realization would never see that thing as theirs in the first place, and they wouldn't be disturbed by its loss. They wouldn't be identifying with phenomena in that way.
I don't know whether you know the same story. So one Zen master, he stayed in the cave. So one robber came. You heard about that story, right?
I don't think so. It's not ringing a bell so far.
So the robber uh, took all of the master robes and clothes. And before he left, the master said, well, I wish that I have a moon. When he looked up to the sky, I wish that I could have the moon and to give to you. Even at that moment, he was naked. So he has nothing to hold on. Yeah, that's so that's so lofty, right? But for us, when we lost something else, we made a big deal of that. Right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I love some Zen story to see. It's so lofty. Okay. Yeah, please, the next one.
The sublimation of hearing disengages them from the objects of sense and makes them immune from attractive forms, thereby enabling lustful beings to get rid of desires and cravings. Yeah, in application, I'm appreciating this more and more as we're going through the sutra, and especially on days when we're going to be meeting and talking. I find myself being mindful of that. And when I have this motion towards, okay, should I just pick up my phone and scroll through Facebook or Instagram or whatever, I'm getting more of these moments where I recall for me, I tend to go more for like the feeling nature as opposed to the hearing. Like I'm more, it feels more natural to me.
Mm.
And turning towards that and like reminding myself, and it's just easier and easier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why this sutra even is so lofty, but it's so practical too. Right. So if we can apply one of this teaching into our life, it's so beneficial. That if we disengage our sense, our attachment, so it's easy for us to overcome any kind of anger, any kind of craving. We got every situation. Mm. Yeah. Okay. 10. The sublimation of sound eliminates all sense data and results in the perfect mingling of each organs with its objects and the total eradication of subject and object, thereby enabling all individual beings to build anger and hate. So again, yeah. So if we live with our human nature, so we let go of all the subject and object, good and bad, right? Uh, so there's no more anger, there's no more hatred in our mind if we let go of all those things. If we can focus on our pure nature, like just listen to the sound, the pure sound, not discriminate. This is good sound, bad sound, pleasant sound, unpleasant sound, right? Replacing uh, this landing, right? Mm. So I think you know another Zen story. There's one general who asked the master, "Is there any hell in heaven?" You know that story, right?
I don't think so.
So the master yelled him back, "Why are you so stupid to ask this question?" Since he is the great general, he's so angry that he pull out his sword and the more chop up the head of the Zen master. So the Zen master said, here's this hell. He's angry, right? He pull out the sword to chop up the head of the master because he's you know, they have the power, right? For the general in the past,
Hmm.
they proud of um, their ability to lead people in a successful way. So that's why when the Zen master scold him, right? Why you ask this guy a stupid question? He's so angry. So that at that moment, he raged and he almost killed the master. The master point, hey, this is a hell. The Zen master is right away, and he put down his sword. And the master, hey, this is heaven. Heaven, this state of mind. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, serious. Sometimes, yeah, some Zen story make you laugh, but this is a lot of deeper meanings there. Mm,
Hmm.
yeah. Okay. After elimination of Zen data and return and the return to the bright variety, both inner body and mind and outer phenomena become crystal clear. Is it clear? And free
I
from
think
all
it should
hatred.
be clear.
Yeah, it should be clear, right? So that dual and ignorance unbelievers can get it up the darkness of ignorance. So again, yeah, as long as we let go of all sense data and we live with the pure nature, I might be more clear. So, do we talk about the recitation before? Recitation of mantra before?
We've discussed it before. It's how when we're reciting them, the intention's not to be engaging and thinking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it reverses the pattern, right? Usually, whenever we see things around, we hear things, We smell, we taste, and so forth. Most time, we trigger our analytical thinking. Oh, this is good cell phone. Oh, this is the black paper. Oh, this is the letter. I need to talk with someone else, and so forth and so forth. So most of the time, whenever our system organs interact with the system object, they will trigger our analytical thinking. So when we decide the mantra, it's a verse pattern. Right? We base on that mantra, but we just focus on recitation so that we can let go of all dissemination or data record our mind, our thought. So this is the way that we can relate to this passage. That when we return to our pure nature, our healed nature, when we let go of those type of dissemination. You know what's meant the Echantika? You heard about that word?
Yeah, don't they hold wrong views?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Like
also,
views there of like eternalism or nihilism.
yes, and also the typical, they don't believe in any
Oh,
love,
cause and effect.
that they don't believe anything else. That's
Hmm.
what called Echantika. It's
Mm.
to, Nirvana Sutra
Hmm.
in there is a story that's in the 4th and the 5th century. So when Buddhism spread to China, so the first portion of Nirvana Sutra in Mahayana tradition were translated, and it didn't mention about Echantika can have the Buddha nature. But there was one Chinese monk, he said, well, everyone have Buddha nature, including Echantika. So no one believed him. What happened then? They kicked him out of the monastery. So when he went to mountain to do meditation, he talked to a rock and say, Echantika has Buddha nature. So somehow miraculously the rock moved to accept, to agree with him. And what happened then? Few years later, the second portion of that sutra, the Nirvana Sutra, was translated and mentioned that Echantika has Buddha nature. So everyone respect him and invite him to go back to the monastery, the temple. This is so popular, and
Hmm.
and even that monk, he made the vows that uh, actually before he was kicked out the monastery, and he made the vow that if the teenage talk here is truthfully, may I die on the spot of my lecture seat. That's mean why he was teaching. He would like to pass away if his teaching was authentic. That's what he made the vows about. You follow?
Hmm.
So later on, when he was invited by all the monks to go back to that monastery, and yes, he gave many lecture, and later on he passed away on the seat while he was lecturing. Yeah, that monk is the famous one when the
Mm.
Chantika here. Yeah, I wish you learn the Chinese. This is all kind of story, all kind of sutra. You can learn them.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
I studied it for a year in sixth grade, but nothing more than that. I can't remember any of it now.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Is that my right? 12, right?
I think so, yeah. We're each doing two.
Yeah. When the body are in harmony with the nature of healing, they can, from their immutable state of enlightenment, re-enter the world to liberate others without harming the world, and can go anywhere to make offerings to Buddha countless as thirst, serving every Tathagata's in capacity of the son of the king of the law, and having the power to give male heirs with blessed virtue and wisdom to childless people who want boys. So yeah, so when their body and their mind are in harmony with nature appearance, so they can have the power, they have ability to get back to teach others, mm. And even they can uh, give a blessing to the childless people who want boys. You know how it's related to this Bodhisattva, right? So one of the vows, this Bodhisattva said that whoever uh, pray for her or him uh, to have a boy or girl, she will give them. Is that some Buddhists they ask us, is that greedy mind? So is that does the Bodhisattva give the chance for people to be more greedy?
Hmm.
Think
Hmm.
if they ask and get what they want, if they pray and get what they pray, what do you think?
Well, it's a pretty wholesome desire
Mm-hmm.
overall to, if one wishes to have a child, to take care of it and to love. And it can also be part of cultivating virtues like patience. There's discipline involved. You have to have, practice energy and wisdom. So it can be, I think, part of somebody's development, someone who's not ready to leave the home life. So, and then also the bodhisattva wishes for people to be happy and glad. If someone's desire is not to leave the home life, well, then the bodhisattva is not gonna like give them that, because then they won't be happy and it won't help anyways. But if they develop a positive relationship with them through being generous in a way that the person appreciates, then eventually the person will, will want to um, learn even more from that bodhisattva.
Mm-hmm. So let's say, oh, October 22nd, we have one Bodhisattva celebration at our center on Sunday
The 22nd of
this month.
this month.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm in Oregon.
Oh, really?
I'm in Ashland, Oregon that weekend.
Is that for field conference?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so let's say you really want to bring your daughter here, right, to our center in Louisville, but somehow she hesitate or she doesn't want. But you can make a deal with her, right? Hey, if you go, I buy for you some toys because she
Mhm.
loves toys. That's why she
Yeah.
came to you. Let's get toys.
Yes, she does love toys.
That's one of the way we can explain how the Bodhisattva how the Bodhisattva bestow the son or the daughters or any wishes that people may have so that they can lead them bit by bit to the path.
Hmm.
Okay. All right. So can we stop here today? Okay.
Oh yeah.
So
Which, oh, we found a really good Buddha book